Hello, Adoring fans and people watching this video. Um, Insanity cardio circuit today, which could be a bit confusing to some people in case you don't know what it is. The cardio circuit is the plyometric cardio circuit. I guess it's a typo or something on the um, calendar dealio. I guess it's a typo. So if you're trying to figure out what cardio circuit is, it's just a plyometric circuit. That's its full name, is plyometric cardio circuit. So anyway, I just got done doing that. Drank my recovery formula. Um, I'm not using Shakeology, which is the Beachbody recovery formula. Unfortunately, I'm not using it. I'm using an EAS thing. Um, it's better to mix it with water because you don't get all the extra fat and calories that you would get if you mix it with milk. Unfortunately, well, which is a good thing. It's good that you don't get all that extra stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't taste as good with water. It doesn't taste half as good with water as it does with milk. So my suggestion is fill up the glass about 3/4 of the way with water, 60-ounce glass. Um, and then put a full scoop in and just make sure you stir it in. That way it's less watery, and then just chug it down because, after all, that's what you need to do. I faltered a little bit on my diet today. I had not a huge plate of spaghetti for lunch, but a decent sized plate. And spaghetti isn't awful, but it's not really the best thing. You've got some carbs. I used whole wheat pasta though, which is better than just regular pasta, but still, I'm gonna try to eat a smaller dinner than tonight. Uh, since I had that spaghetti for lunch, got my recovery formula. Really, what you want to do with that recovery formula though is you want to use it as a meal replacement. I'm sure you've heard of that, but I'm just making sure that you use it as a meal replacement. It's got 20 carbs, 20 proteins, like 15 sugars or something. At least what I'm using. In general, you've got about 20 carbs, 20 proteins. So, and no fat, or I believe I think there's 2 grams of fat in the protein powder I use. But anyway, it's a good meal replacement because especially if you mix it with water, you're only getting good things. You're getting things you need if you're going to work out, things you're going to burn because of your workout, and things that will help you get through to the next day and help you recover so you don't wake up feeling sore, and it cuts down on your muscles' recovery time. I actually talked to a Beachbody coach about insanity. I've been going back and forth with him for pretty much since I got this. I guess a week and a half ago now. Um, just talking to him about some different stuff, and I was like, I've always wanted to have the big biceps. Because that's just what guys want, big biceps. Like, but anyway, I was like, how do you get big biceps? People always say, oh, this is my before picture, this is my after picture, and they've got, these biceps. They aren't, they're not like enormously huge or anything, but they're a lot bigger than they were when I started. I just asked him, I've done all the workouts for month one, and I really don't see any full-on bicep workouts. You do hook punches on one day. I can't remember what day I think it's power cardio that you do hooks, and he's saying you're just going nuts in this. You're doing different workouts, working your um, triceps and your chest and your shoulders, and the hooks does. You're swinging with your bicep when you're doing hooks and stuff. And when you're running, you're lifting your arms up at a rapid pace, which does to some degree work your biceps. But he said you're just going nuts, especially in month two. When they switch up the workouts, you were just going completely insane, and you don't know what muscles you're working. Everything's working. You're just like, it's a whole mishmash of muscles that are just going hardcore. And so even though there's not any really specific workout that targets your biceps, you've got just a bunch of things that work them out little by little, which ends up coming into a big game. as far as muscle mass goes in that area. But anyway, I did plyometrics again today. I can tell that I'm improving some, but you are never going to improve that much. I mean, it's never going to feel like you're improving that much. You will, and you're going to find that in the fit test, I'm sure. But it doesn't feel like you're improving that much because you are still just going to your max. I know it sounds so cliche. It sounds exactly like the infomercial, but you were just going nuts, going to your max, working hard over and over and over again, and so it doesn't really feel like you're improving that much because you're tired by the last day. I'm as tired today as I was the very first day I did it, and it's been a little over a week, which isn't a lot of time, but that's still, you would expect to see some improvement. And if you're doing traditional cardio, like I said when I first started, I love running. I did a lot of running, but in traditional cardio, you would have caught up a little bit by now. If I said, okay, I'm going to run 6 miles every day, when I was running 6 miles, the first day, oh man, it was so hard. I come home, I drink my recovery formula, and woohoo, wiped out. The next day I go, I run the same thing. But by the time that you've been doing it for a week, I've been doing actually 8 days now, or I guess I've done 7 workouts, 8 days if you count the rest day. But by now you would have definitely been able to catch up some, and you'd feel, okay, I am definitely improving. And you may by now in a week, runners, that's what they do when they're trying to prepare for a marathon. They run 6 miles or something. They run a certain amount of miles for a week, and then the next week they up it by 1. Say, okay, every day this week I'm going to go 7 miles instead of 6. And that's how it works, because within a week you can catch up and your body starts to transform and feel the change and adapt. Well, with this, it's not adapting because you're still just going all out. So even though, yes, you are getting better, it still doesn't feel like it, which is a great feeling because you never wake up not feeling sore and not feeling tired from your workouts anymore. Now, thankfully, the stretches help cut down on, so I got a little close to the camera. The stretches help cut down on how sore you feel, but you still feel tired the next day. You still feel a little stiff, like, oh man, crack my back. But anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful workout system. I feel the results. Obviously, I'm not really going to see the results until I'm able to take my picture. You're supposed to take a picture every 15 days, which is pretty much every time you do a fit test. So you take a picture every 15 days, put it side by side with the other one. You'll probably see, I'm assuming I'll see the results, hopefully anyway. Even though I don't really see it right now when I look in the mirror because the changes will be obviously coming on gradually. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun so far. I'm still digging deep, still having lots of fun. My shirt is still soaked completely every time I get done, which is what I like to see. And just gotta work on eating a smidge healthier, but so far so good.